Alright, so go back to the league race this time with FTRL for round number 10, 11, I think it's 11 for the Singapore Grand Prix. See rain at the end of the race. That should be fun. In the meantime, there's a qualifying to dispense of and a race to dispense of in the meantime. So qualifying first. Again, this is a track I've enjoyed in the past. Not so much this game. I like driving it, but I'm just not. The skill gap seems to be quite high here compared to seasons past or games past. So it's a little strange in that way. Anyways, here's the setup. Difficult one to find one I really like, but I actually don't even remember making these changes at all, to be honest. Some of them were related to the wet, but also I don't even remember making half of these. Anyways, rain, I believe, is on the way at some point. You see, I put in a lap, very shitty lap, and then the rain comes at the end of the session, and I only got 2 runs in because I want to save a set of softs. And yeah, can't improve, so we're going to be starting from the grand old place of, I think it's P15?
Yeah, probably go hard if it's...
Or is it P16?
It's early enough.
I don't even remember. I don't even see my name there. It was P15. Okay, fair enough. So, in the meantime, now, strategy-wise now, could go mediums to hards and then see how we get on. I decided then late on, to switch to hards and then try and get to the rain. And then if the safety car comes in, maybe we can, I don't know, could switch then. I don't know. It was all kind of a blur, but it was a very late call to go on to hards, down hards, and then go on to mediums. If nothing else, then at least it means it'd be super quick. And
I'm probably gonna try.
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll go from there. So. Rain at the end, the last tile there, so hopefully it doesn't come out too early. Again, you can never quite trust this game because, yeah, weather is great. Jeff is very reliable in his information. But anyways, here we go then. 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Not a bad start initially. There's going to be carnage in front. On the left-hand side. Stick to the outside line, racing line. Lennon absolutely explodes the corner. Absolutely explodes it. Takes Tom out. So we're side by side with Dan. I get a better run. I think he made a little bit of contact with me into turn 1 there. But anyways, we get through and we're up into 12th place. So not too bad. Having started on the hard. So yeah, good start. Have to say. Good few positions made up there. And we can just run our race and see how we get on. The guys in front will kind of walk away a bit because of their tyres. But moving on to lap 7. Yeah, lap 7. Nothing really happened in this race. But Dan is going to get the run. The DRS is actually very powerful here. I didn't realise how powerful it was. But yeah, I didn't really fight this one too much. Off the inside he goes. You see Chris is 5 seconds up the road. So yeah, this is where we're at this early phase. Some people have pitted. So that's why we're in that position 5 now. We were 4th. But yeah, people just pitted from their soft. So they're kind of, to be expected that, these guys will pit. The time you gain here is massive. Like reminds you of Abu Dhabi in some ways. Lap 9, Khan I believe is going to be looking to try and get a run here as well. So Dan quickly broke out of DRS. Again, my pace is not very good here. I'm not quite sure what it is. Like I can hook it up well. It's just not quick. But as I try and defend from Khan, and he's just going to go through on the outside there. So no point fighting. Now he gets his head in the braking zone. Yep, that position's his. So yeah, see that position and. He moves on, and we've got Matt behind who has pitted, and Joe behind who has not. So yeah, some of these medium runners, it's at the pace, man. The pace is there, very it could easily be 2 or 3 seconds a lap quicker, really. Lap number 9. I can't remember who crashes out here, but I think it's Lennon. Safety car is deployed. I could have gone in, but that would have been an illegal entry. But I don't think anyone would have reported that. But thankfully, the leaders are past that area. So the safety car, they were past the safety car basically when it came out. So we're going to have a lap under the delta here rather than if we picked up the safety car immediately that would have been a disaster. Can't sort me words out. Anyways, there it is. So thankfully it came out anyways. Too late to the leaders to bunch up. So end of this lap, going to pitch onto the medium tires and go to the rain basically because I believe. Well, we weren't sure when it was coming, but take the chances. You could, if you extend enough, I reckon you could get mediums to the end. It will be touch and go, but this is worth a risk because the delta between the mediums and the hards is like it's like 1 point. Is it 2 seconds? It's something big. It's at least 1.6 seconds. So yeah, definitely worth it because honestly, it's just the delta is so big. So we're in a decent spot here. We're going to emerge in 11th. There's guys who didn't pit, who've got to pit again. So we're in a relatively decent shape here. So yeah, we just merge ahead of Joe. Dark Bolt there is behind. Dan is just ahead as well. And then Chris, who's on hards to the end. So yeah, Chris, that's the thing. Like Chris can go to the end on his hards. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, lap 12. Heading on to lap 13. We are ready to go racing once again. Nothing really doing on the restart. It's just very standard stuff. Nothing really doing. So we're going to stay in this position. And yeah, just see when the rain comes. And if the safety car comes out, we can look at softs maybe. Again, I've got plenty of them available. So who knows what might happen. But yeah, just holding station at the safety car restart. Moving on into lap number 17. See the gap, we're not really doing it like there's a lot of like you see the leaders are still quite close. Everything was quite bottlenecked because overtaking is very difficult here. So you have people who can't quite get by on people with older tires. So that was really where we were at. So this is working out nicely because again lots of penalties emerging here. Lap 21. You see Chris coming into the pits, so he eventually comes in, and I don't think the rain has hit just yet. It's going to be quite soon, though. I think I'm on 1 or 2 warnings. I can't remember. But lap 25, I believe this is when the lap the rain starts. So let me just put into context here how. So, because sometimes in races, sometimes it takes a while for the rain. Once it starts, it takes a while for it to actually change into the conditions where it's necessary to switch to intermediate tires, and you could spend ages, trying to debate what the right time is to actually do this, and you're just focusing on sector times, or if you're a little bit less experienced, DRS to be disabled. Now the rain has started now, okay, so this is where we're at now. Bear in mind, it's not lashing. Again, it's raining, but you're basically at this point. It's all about judging how everything feels, the grip, the sector times. You follow your delta. So we're only 5/10 down here, so it's not really affected much. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay. We got into this part of this track here, and it was a little bit wetter because you could definitely sense it was grip was getting away a little bit. And I think, okay, 1 lap for now, I reckon will be the crossover point. So I was thinking, because we're in P6 here, we're in a really good spot now, and everyone has gone out to pit of intermediate. So it's getting a little dodgy, but like I think again, all my experience have taught me, okay, 1 more lap, I would have been good. Literally, as we go by the pits here, the intermediate call from Jeff comes. So now is the time to pit. So now, the one time actually in front of my teammate for a stop that I need, that we both have to make on the same time, it's too late. And the tyres were gone, just like that. Utterly, like, I couldn't believe the timing of this. Like, it was, and now we've got a very long lap to negotiate as well. So this is a horrible situation. So, yeah. The one instance where being further up the track actually put me at a disadvantage. It's pretty wild, but you can see already. I was afraid of getting a penalty here because for a third warning, just running wide. But honestly, the grip is like we're just tiptoeing around. It's utterly gone. So, it's not even raining heavily, but I don't know, man. It's just the inconsistency of there's a DRS has been disabled, by the way. So. The inconsistency of this is incredible to me, and Codemasters it's utterly it's easy to blame Codemasters but it's so inconsistent. I know the rain itself is an inconsistent variable in real life as well as this, but I don't know. It's sometimes it could be it could be raining like this, and it takes 3 or 4 laps for it to change. I've been racing long enough to see it happen. To be part of it. I've had a time where it's been raining like this, and dry tires have still been the tire to be on. I think it was a league race in Brazil, F1 2017, so, what I mean, as Adam, I think, goes into a wall there, but, so we're just tiptoeing around, so, yeah, pretty disappointed, pretty, annoyed that, this has happened this quickly, it's not normal for the tyres to go this quickly, so, and we're going to fight, there's an upcoming race I'm going to show for TTML for Belgium. The 2 extremes in the one session, basically, where at the end of qualifying it went even quicker than this, and then in the race it rained for about 4 laps, and only that the last lap was the I'd say the crossover point. But anyways, into the pits we go. You can see Tom was behind me when we actually started this. You're going to see where he actually ends up by the time we're all done here. So how much time did we actually lose being on the wrong tire here? I don't know. I'd say we lost about 10, 12 seconds off the top of my head. I didn't actually measure the exact time, but I don't know. I'd say Tom was about 5 or 6 seconds behind, maybe a bit less when we were coming in. And I'd say he's about maybe 8, 9, 10 clear.
Do you know what?
So
we've actually come out not too bad.
Dan was optimistic here that we came in a decent position. I, however, was in a very bad place now because lap 27, the rain is coming down hard. I think this is heavy rain. Tico's going to dive bomb down the inside because that's the one thing you could always be assured of is people get very patient in the wet trying to get moves done. Now, my pace was dog, don't get me wrong, but in that scenario, you still have to flipping treat me with some respect and not dive me, you know. And that's a general thing, like you're faster, like you're 3, like I looked at the lap times at the end, you're going to see that I'm 2 seconds, 3 seconds lap slower. And again, coming down the straight here, Adam was well behind heading to the break zone. Maybe he outbraked himself, maybe, but there's contact there, which compromised me. And like, not that I was going to keep this position because again, I'm 2 or 3 seconds a lap slower than these guys, but there's no need to really, unless that was a mistake, and maybe it was. There's no need to be pushing me out of the way. Like you're gonna, like I know it's Singapore, but you're gonna get past. Again, like the thing about Singapore is like unless you're 2 or 3 seconds a lap quicker, then maybe you won't get past. But guess what? You are in this case. So yeah, lap 31. Like Dan got by me, or Dan pulled away from me 8 seconds. His pace is quick, and I'm not sure how his pace is so quick on a wheel in the wet. But me, it's terrible, especially on full traction or on no traction. But anyways, Tom ended up finishing P2. I ended up finishing P10. So pretty disappointed at that. Not that I would have got a podium, but I definitely would have been in the mix, I think, for a top 6 finish. So I immediately went to check the lap times afterwards, and you can see what Tom's lap times were. You can see mine here. Pretty rough stuff. So even if I was ahead of him, I'm losing a fair amount of positions. So even still, though, I'm in the hunt when penalties are applied, and unfortunately, my no penalty race has counted for naught here today, sadly. So, yeah, disappointing one, but I just wouldn't have done anything like if I obviously hindsight's 2020. Like if I knew if I knew the rain was going to go that quickly, then I obviously would have pitted. But like in that scenario, like at the time, all logic would have pointed towards staying out one or two more laps, but the track literally, when it went those last 2 corners, and then the switchover point came. So I'm happy with the way I reacted. It wasn't the right choice in the end because the rain, the consistency and the tires and the crossover was fantastic there from Co-Masters. But yeah, it was just one of those. Yes. So yeah, decision didn't quite work out. But anyways, let's go do it. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time.
6-7 maybe.